and sadly placed 16th. This is Eurovision 365. I am Podrick, and you are very welcome, whether you're watching this from, and regardless of whether you are a new or returning viewer. Thanks so much for stopping by. Now we know all the 37 songs that will be performed in Malmo in May in less than 3 weeks from now. I know it's now tradition for the channel to focus on the top 10 or so in the betting odds at least, and answer the question, can they win? Before I go on any further, to clarify once again, the top 10 odds I am basing this on is the one that EurovisionWorld.com has combined and compiled for us all. Word of caution, my friends, as always, as with any betting odds, they do fluctuate, but at the time of recording, this nation and song is among the top 10 favourites to win. I've already covered Sweden, Switzerland, the Netherlands, Belgium, Greece, Ireland, and Italy. Make sure to check those out as well, but not before the next country under the spotlight, and that country is La France. It probably doesn't seem like it in the present times, and even though it has been 47 years since they won Eurovision in 1977, France were a powerhouse of Eurovision back in the earlier days, winning in 1958, 1960, and 1962, basically every other year. That was 3 victories, but there were more to come. France are another nation that took part in the inaugural contest, and if we discount the cancelled 2020 Eurovision, they appeared in every contest except 1974. They were to appear, but sadly the French president died, and as a mark of respect, their candidate, Dani, had to be content with sitting in the audience. She had a cracking little song as well, but at least she could say she witnessed the ABBA win in person. France are known for sending powerful entries that can be experimental at times. Sometimes the experiment works out, and others, well, they just don't. They won in 1969 with 3 other nations, with the mesmerizing Frida Baccarat, who took to the stage in Madrid. As I've already said, they won in 1977, and that's the year I was born, yeah. France could do no wrong, it seemed, and they took bronze medal in 1978, 1979, and 1981. They took to experimenting again with a variety of different styles and landed silver medals in 1990 and 1991 with 2 spectacular performances, and since then, well, the tide has most definitely turned. Of course, they had a few top 10s and even a couple of top 5 placings, but it was a long time since they had a podium finish until one Barbara Pravi belted out voila at Eurovision 2021. Well, it seems we have backtracked again with 2 disappointing results since then. Last year, the French broadcaster internally selected Lazare, who was a fan favourite from the get-go, and certainly had tons of personality and flair. Yet, despite her experience, album sales, and epic staging in Liverpool, Lazara turned in a very shaky performance and sadly placed 16th. 34-year-old Slimane was internally selected just like Lazara last year. France will be hoping to have a result like 2021, and Slimane is likely to deliver that. He is a well-known and established artist in his homeland, having won the French version of The Voice back in 2016 and has released a multitude of singles. Perhaps one of Slimane's greatest experiences was performing live on French TV during the channel's New Year's Eve programming, where he performed his Eurovision track in front of thousands upon thousands of French people. We've had a long time to digest Mon Amour, as it was released well before Christmas 2023. A dangerous strategy, as it can be a great thing for all focus to be on one performer and one song when the rest of the field are yet to decide, but the other side of that is it could run out of steam by the time the contest happens. That being said, Mon Amour is what I would describe as a more classical style of French entry and wouldn't have felt out of place in the contests of the 1960s. Slimane is one of the songwriters of the song, and like a lot of his songs, it centers around love. The song begins quietly with an almost fragility around the vocals, but it steadily builds and builds to showcase the layers of vocal ability this performer has. Is it original then? Well, I don't think it's overly original, if I'm being honest. It is, though, so powerful, and Slimane is an accomplished performer. He does stand away from the microphone to belt out the song at one point in the performance, and the power in his voice is sensational. For me, having watched him perform this live in person, he is the best vocalist this year. It does seem quite effortless when he takes to the stage. So what's going for it then? Well, Slimane's vocals have been on point every single time he has performed the song live, and he seems to really connect with the audience at home with a powerful gaze, almost stare-like down the camera lens. Perhaps he's going to hypnotize us all into voting. Who knows? There aren't many ballads this year, so this could be a highly positive factor for the French team. So what's going against it then? Well, when I first heard the song, I thought it was okay. And whilst I appreciate his amazing vocal talent, by the end of the song, I wasn't pressing replay. Unlike when I heard many other songs this year for the first time, where my instinct was to replay countless times. For a casual viewer, I would worry for Slimane that they might not entirely appreciate the rawness of his performance. Is it likely to do well with the jury? Well, that's an easy question to answer, isn't it? You know, I know, every man, woman, and child knows this song is going to be loved, loved, loved by the jury, and why wouldn't they? He has the vocal power and presence, and although maybe the song isn't one I love per se, I can't deny the excellence of it either. So is it likely to do well with the televoters? Well, as I've already mentioned, I worry that the casual viewer might not admire this as much as the more impactful, up-tempo, fun songs this year. Also, in the year that it is, there could be a lot of public love towards France, as of course the 2024 Summer Olympics will be travelling there in a few months, although that hasn't usually been a deciding factor in years gone by, such as Spain's entry in 1992 or the UK's entry in 2012. And let's not forget, France are smashing the Junior Eurovision as well and have won so often lately that the hosting duties for 2024 Junior Eurovision has been passed on to Spain. But depending on the running order, they might just pick up their phones and vote for France. It's a tougher one to call. But with that all said and done, it's now time for my prediction, my verdict. Do I think France can win? Going to have to say no. I say no because even though the Eurovision is meant to be a singing contest, and for me, there's no question that Slimane is by far the best vocalist this year, I'm not convinced at this moment in time it will be enough to win, but a top 10 or even top 5 isn't impossible. They haven't won since 1977, as I say, and has been a long time coming, but could 2024 be the year France wins for the 6th time? It's rare that you have a similar style song winning in 2 consecutive years, and Mon Amour is a big contrast to Lorene's Tattoo, so who knows? So that's what I think, but it's over to you now. Some of you have already been sending your thoughts through, such as Al McGee, who says, no, not a winner. They would join the UK towards the bottom right of the leaderboard on the night. Whereas Mihai says, top 10, 100% for France. Mixed views, I would say, and that could be indicative of how things pan out for France, maybe. But that's just 2 viewpoints. Make sure to drop your own thoughts below, and also make sure to stop by next time when I continue on this journey around the top 10 favourites to win Eurovision 2024 and answering the question, can they? There's just 2 more to go, so make sure to stop by then. Thanks for watching this time, and I'll see you next time. Bye bye.